Hello everyone, I am Taureor and welcome to my newest Hearts of Iron 4 video. Today we're going to play as France and use their many territories and their focuses that give us extra compliance to get huge amounts of factories with collaboration governments, and that idea actually comes from Potato McWhiskey. Check out his channel if you haven't already. He's the one who suggested I should do a video like this. So yeah, we're going to be playing France today, but before we begin, a message from me. There is no sponsor for this video, but I did want to bring something to your attention. See, in the last video I made, I used the power of science, more specifically xenocompatibility, to crossbreed people and cats and make genetically engineered cat girls in the game Stellaris. If you want to see that video, I'll leave a link. Anyway, I don't normally feature comments, it's not my thing, but this one got to me. By the user Random Times Games and Stuff. What if what I actually created was just cats with human ears? Thank you for planting that idea in my brain where I can never get it out. A truly terrifying concept. And an example of science just going too damn far. Okay then, let's get going. Regular difficulty, Ironman mode, historical focuses, France. Start. Let's first explain the compliance thing. See, in our occupied territories, we're getting quite a lot of, the factories from them and so on. But if we get to 80% compliance, we can release collaboration governments, which are like puppets, but more subservient. And that is going to be just perfect for us. Unfortunately, democracies cannot do that. And when we switch governments, the compliance will go down significantly. No matter, we have focuses that can bring it up. Also, let's make sure to increase it by just doing local autonomy temporarily on everything, so that the compliance goes up as much as possible. We want to switch our government to a different ideology. Soon, we might go communist, we might as well go fascist, but the original suggestion was to go communist, so let's do it that way. Don't remember if I played communist France yet. Definitely not with the new focus tree, so let's explore that. As France, of course, we have a lot of very negative modifiers at the start, but we can get rid of them gradually. So let's start with forming the Popular Front. The usual, just lots and lots of infantry equipment and convoys once we're done with the ships we're making. We don't really need those ships, but since they already started working on them, let's not waste that production. Electronic mechanical engineering, machine tools, and a doctrine. See, we start with the Grand Battle Plan doctrine, which is probably the worst. Normally I'd go with mass assault, but we're probably going to have tons and tons of factories, so superior firepower might be the way to go. Unfortunately, as France, we have a very strong debuff to researching any doctrines, which makes it take forever, so we'll leave that for later. Instead, construction. Speaking of construction, let's start off with some civilian factories in the regions with the most infrastructure. Let's get all our troops here. I prefer to just use one template usually, we'll be switching them over later. Let's also make sure to deploy more units. I'll use cavalry for that because it uses the least resources. We get next to no political power because of the debuffs we have, but we will fix it. I'm going to be switching most of our units to just infantry, but let's keep a couple of tanks since we do have the tanks to support them so far. I'm not going to make new ones, but we can use the ones we have already. Same for motorized and mountaineers. When we run out of equipment for them, we'll just switch them to infantry. Remilitarization of Rhineland. It could be beneficial to fight the Germans right now, but it's not my plan, so no. We do want to force the issue and become communist. However, doing so will have political violence events happen. And those are very bad. So before we go down this path, we have to ban the leagues. That will decrease our stability significantly, but it will also make sure that these events do not happen. We don't care about the naval treaties at all. Communists in the government. Gladly, please. Yes. And now we can start working on changing our ideology. Invite communist ministers. Bringing all our navy over here, in case we decide to invade Britain. Did I go for too many units? I might have gone for too many units. Spanish Civil War starts. I think we're not going to get involved, at least for now. Let's do women's suffrage. That will give us extra political power. Still haven't decided if we're going after the Germans or the British first. But I feel the British are very vulnerable early on. I think I'll just go to a full army group, so we need 30 more units. Legal equality. I really need more guns. I should probably start making military factories. Just a moment longer. Legal equality complete. Now we can't force the issue yet. We need more communist support. We're currently at 45 and we need more than 45, so just a little bit more and we would be ready to force the issue. I remember there's some sort of an event that will give us extra communism soon, but I don't remember the details. So just to be safe, let's strengthen the unions. We can always cancel that if we no longer need it. Spain requests aid. Oh, see, yeah, that's what I was talking about. Made a mistake, should have waited for it. We could get extra communism from choosing this. However, we no longer need it because we did the focus. So yeah, if you're redoing this, just do a different focus and use this event to get extra communist support. But we don't need it, so no. At least we'll save those 50 political power points. Strengthen the unions, and we can force the issue. Now, we didn't need to waste our time on this focus. Should have reformed the labor laws instead, but too late now. Force the issue. Let's look at the occupied territories. See? Their compliance is growing very fast because of the local autonomy we are at. But once we change our government form, it will unfortunately go down, and we'll have to bring it up again. I think it's halved. I'm not certain. Let's keep an eye on it. I need more manpower. Fortunately, soon our political power troubles will be over. We will lose the disjointed government thingy. And for the first time since we started the game, we now have enough political power to do something with our country. And we're going to hire a silent workhorse. That's usually a great investment, especially early on. And once the issue completes, we are now communist, French commune. And we can actually start justifying war goals if we so choose. And yeah, we will so choose. Now we're communist and we can pretty much do whatever we want in the world. Let's check the compliance. Yeah, see, it fell by half. Just do civilian oversight. And we're going to devalue the franc and then develop the colonies to do the compliance thingy. And once we get enough political power, which is no longer a problem, we're getting it very quickly, we will start justifying on people. Should we take out the allies or got involved in Spain? I think allies first. I can't decide what to do with Britain. I could try and just take them over early, right now. Also, I think I'm using a wrong template. I should just use Brigada Colonial on everything. I won't be able to get enough equipment and possibly manpower. So let's downgrade everyone. I think we should invade Britain by attacking, say, Belgium. Is that the best course of action? That is unclear. But I think I would land around this area and proceed from there. Maybe launch some other invasions up north just to distract them. Let's justify on Belgium when we have enough political power, and then someone else, possibly Netherlands, and then the Brits should guarantee them. Maybe I went too far just going down to the 6-unit templates, but no, it's gonna be fine. At least I'll have some manpower for reinforcements and garrisons. Now, I'd like to go to extensive conscription, but that requires 20% war support. Also, I should prioritize garrisons. We started off with civilians, which is usually good value, but I need some more military ones. We can get them with focuses, but we should also build a few. Speaking of collaboration governments, I should probably get a spy agency. Maybe we could set up one in Britain, justify a war goal on Belgium, and when we have enough political power, another one on the Netherlands. 8 more. And that should create enough world tension for the Brits to want to guarantee them. Japan attacks China, and we've devalued the franc. Now we'll want France indivisible for the compliance, so I need to go down this path and this path as well. They're both very powerful. Well, the Abundance Naval Treaty, we don't care about the naval treaties. Should probably organize my navy properly. We'll basically only need a moment of superiority. Give them a guy, balance them out. We will want to cover at least these 2 sea zones, because I want to launch some naval invasions from this side as well. But I'm not doing it yet, because I think if I do it too early, the Brits will muster a defense. And we don't want the Brits to muster a defense. Yeah, those are not the best units, but they should do. Also, I should promote a general to field marshal. More specifically, Jean should become a field marshal because he is a brilliant strategist. And that is the most desired trait for a field marshal. Let's form the cryptology department. Right, speaking of the ships, I should probably pick out the pride of the fleet. There it is. And detach it. Just no orders, just stay in port. It will have no real relevance for fighting. And it does give me war support, and I need that war support. The Netherlands have been guaranteed by the British, and so has Belgium. Perfect. We don't need to hurry with the orders and everything. It will take a long time to justify this. And we can recruit our first operative. Not too special. I do like linguists. Let's take her. Build spy network somewhere north. Let's nationalize key industries just to offset the penalties from reforming the labor laws. I could try and work on the collaboration governments a bit, but I guess it doesn't really matter that much. We'll get compliance from other sources. If I go to free trade, we'll get more factory output and research. Maybe we'll do that. Jean, the field marshal, and some generals. Alphonse, Charles, Captain Darling, Henri, and another Charles. That'll do. I will leave 1 army on the Belgian border. Doesn't really matter how fast we conquer them. They will be in the peace conference anyway. Just be balanced and attack. You guys will all go after Britain. You can only send 10 of you on naval invasion simultaneously. So let's make that count. Ideally, I would take over these ports here and also send some people north. Okay, there's a total of 7 down south. 3 of you guys will go up north, and that is our total capacity for invasions. That should do it. Hopefully they can't see my orders. We have nationalized key industries. This can wait until we've dealt with Britain, so let's go down this path here. How's my compliance? Growing. Okay, nice. So basically, after we deal with Britain, I'll be able to get cooperation governments everywhere in here with 2 bonuses to compliance. I don't know if these bonuses apply to territories we conquer later, but I prefer to wait. Prepare collaboration government. That's something we want to do, but we don't have enough spies right now. We will get another soon, though. Let's do the better guns. Okay, so can we do the operation now? Prepare collaboration government. Let's try it. And I do have enough war support to get my manpower up. Sure, let's do it. A jak robi lew? Jak robi motor? We're almost ready to attack Britain. Now, we should tread carefully. We want to defeat them fast before they can muster defense, but not too fast so that we might also annex some of their puppets in this. Actually, speaking of puppets, I'm mostly interested in Canada. I'm gonna try and send one single naval invasion over to Canada, just to make sure there is some fighting between the 2 of us. Alright, our justification is complete. Now, what we do is we activate all our orders, we send our ships out to the English Channel, and over here as well. We send our ships out to the English Channel and the North Sea. If I'm trying to do that other naval invasion, let's send our submarines over here and make sure they relocate to the port. Let's get all our planes, send them to the English Channel on air superiority and naval missions. I almost forgot. Let's give our field marshal buffs. And I think that is it. Let's declare war immediately. Belgium, here we come. Go. And our naval invasions are on the way. See, our navy has gone out and dominated the English Channel so that the naval invasions can start. The Brits have a stronger navy, and they will come here and block us. But we should have enough time to get our troops into their territory. Portsmouth is defended. That's not great, but looks like we're gonna get Dover. Good. South Africa has been called in. Are you guys on your way to Canada? Yes, you are. Perfect. We would like to get Canada, because from Canada we can easily take out the United States. Oh, damn it. Some of our invasion forces got engaged by enemy ships. Actually, I should have told my ships to always engage and low repair priority and detach. We have our foothold on Dover. Let's relocate this entire army there. Move quickly and attack. Worker shortage worsens. Alright, that's because we went to extensive conscription. This is unfortunate because I can get rid of that, but we have to choose between France Indivisible and Encourage Immigration. Encourage Immigration gets rid of the worker shortage. France Indivisible gives us extra compliance. They're not defending this area properly. Well, let's run towards London then, and Birmingham. Maybe we can take them. Interesting. The Soviet Union is inviting us to the Comintern. Let's accept. We can use them against the Germans later on. British Malay has been called in, that's fine. We don't want the Soviets joining our war, and we have landed in Scotland. Let's make sure to connect our guys. And we did take London. Now let's check on our guy that's going to North America. Where are you? Oh, bloody hell, why are you there? No, there. It's gonna take forever. God damn it, I might not get Canada. We'll see. Soviet Union is sending us Lend-Lease. Brilliant. I suppose I could use a garrison order. Might be even more efficient. We're gonna destroy them from the north because they seem to have concentrated their defense in the south. My supply situation is far from perfect, but we can make do with what we have. Alright, you've landed. Let's take the ships we have, give them naval invasion support. Is that enough for you to launch? It is not. Okay, I do have some more ships. I don't think I need to focus on the English Channel anymore. Just go there immediately. How far are you from capitulation? I need to capitulate soon, but I also need to do some fighting with Canada. You guys are on your way. I could probably take Bristol and Birmingham right now and win, but not having Canada would be problematic. Naval invasion is launching, and once we get a little bit of fight with Canada, we can defeat Britain. We might be defeating Britain too soon. Let me have a look. They are 98% towards capitulation. Alright, you know what I need to do? I need to halt all of you. That was just spam H. It's halt, so they're not invading anyone until we fight the Canadians. Is that enough? Should be. Oh, the collaboration government thingy didn't work. Well, no matter. We don't have enough time anyway. Let's just cancel this. Refund the operation. And we can become the spymaster of the Comintern. Let's do that. Perhaps we can prepare some collaboration governments in other places, like the United States. Yes, that seems like a great idea. Although I'm not sure if I want to do collaboration governments in the United States. Just having them as a puppet might be better because they are very, very aggressive. And there's battle with the Canadians. That should be sufficient. Let's let our people destroy the Brits. I just need to stop halting them and they'll win. Go take Plymouth and that'll be it. We don't really care about their other subjects. We don't care about Canada that much because Canada lets us take out the United States. And war is over and we can get Canada. Perfect. Now, in retrospect, I probably should have launched tiny naval invasions at Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa, and that would have been even better. So if you're redoing it, you might be able to take all of them as well. No matter. It's fine. Now the question is, do we annex the United Kingdom, or do we just annex everything that is not on the islands, all their, external territories, and have them as a puppet for their navy and their naval invasions? If we have the United Kingdom as a puppet, and then the United States as a puppet as well, we basically control the seas of the world. First, let's pass a few times so that we have enough points. We can't take British Raj or British Malaya. However, I think that's due to their independence level, we can satellite them from Britain like this. So we'll get 2 puppets. So let's turn 1. And now we're going to take all states from the Brits. But I'm going to leave them with the British Isles. That is a lot of factories, yes, but they will be my puppet. They will be working for me anyway. Well, this way they will participate in our wars. They can be quite efficient, and most importantly, their navy is useful. And I can just annex them normally, if I so choose, and inherit their navy. If I annex them right now, the navy will be wasted. And the turn, puppet Britain, Belgium, annex, Canada, annex. And that's it. Now, what's next? Well, it's 1938. I think it's about time to invade the United States. The Netherlands, how long until my war goal is ready? 40 days. I think what I need to do is start justifying on Mexico. 185. If I wait until I get my war goal on the Netherlands, that will be 120, so we will save time in the long run. Now, the Allies still exist. How do they exist? Well, the British puppets have remained in the Allies. Australia is the faction leader. We might have to fight them as well. They might guarantee the Netherlands. One of you will attack from the south through Mexico. It's going to be quite difficult to do so. And we will be justifying on Mexico because we can get both of them for the price of one, since the United States guarantees them. Attacking the United States early is quite important because later on they grow in power quite quickly. But now they're very weak, and the Brits, as my puppet, are going to be quite useful. We also got a lot of territory outside of Europe, and our compliance gain that we're going to be using is going to work on all of these territories and get us more stuff. Dusko Popov, that's a lot of options. Let's take him. Justification on the Netherlands is ready. They have not been guaranteed by the Allies, which is good. We can just take them out. Those 2 small armies should suffice. Let's send an army to the French Malaya so that they can fight the Dutch East Indies for me a little bit. Make sure they're involved in the peace conference. Yucatan, sure. 125 days. Okay, let's declare. We could develop the colonies. That's gonna give us a lot of compliance. But we're gonna annex the United States soon. That's gonna be useful then as well. Let's do the Blumveld proposal. Lend-lease from our subjects, sure. And justification against us, that is because Germany is justifying on Czechoslovakia with Sudetenland. Fortunately, I can just revoke our guarantee. I mean, we could easily take out Germany by supporting Czechoslovakia, but we would get tangled up in a war that we would win. However, we can gain more by attacking other people and taking out Germany much later. Alright, I should call in Britain, they can be helpful. Let's do war propaganda while we can. You guys get aggressive. No, actually you guys don't go aggressive because I need to fight the Dutch East Indies. Are you in position yet? And if the Netherlands are about to capitulate, I'm gonna need to stop, because if we don't fight the Dutch East Indies, well, it's gonna be problematic. Alright, you know what? Let's stop the attack on the Netherlands. Do not advance anymore. We will first make sure to engage the Dutch East Indies in a battle. Call in our puppet here, Malaya. Now that we have fought them, we can continue our conquest of the Netherlands. Blumveld proposal complete. Expand the citizenship. More Lend-lease from the Soviets, gladly. And the Netherlands have capitulated. Since we did fight the Dutch East Indies a bit, they are also in the peace conference. Pass a few times so that I have enough points to do everything. Take all states from both of them. The United States have mustered a bit of a defense. How much manpower do you have? Not a lot, but that is a lot of civilian factories. Prepare a collaboration government in the United States. I'm at peace and I can afford to do war economy now. Let's do that. Now we might want to wipe out the rest of the allies this way by attacking the United States and then calling all the allies in by also attacking them. We could make sure that when we defeat the United States, we also defeat them. It's convoluted, isn't it? Some naval invasions of Australia and New Zealand, and one of the armies goes to take out South Africa. Was our compliance decent? Remember, we can always boost it with focuses. We will do that, but the more territory we have before we use it, the more territory it will affect. Justification is complete. Let's declare war on Mexico immediately. Okay, they called the United States, which is perfect. Should be able to crush them, produce the better guns, and justify a war goal on one of the allies. Doesn't really matter who. Let's do South Africa, I guess. Now, the perfect situation for us is if the United States join the allies. Called in the Philippines. Oh yeah, I guess I could do a naval invasion of the Philippines as well, just to make sure they are involved. And I should probably send a fleet down here. Our attack on the United States is going quite well. How about Mexico? Not too well, actually. Wait a minute, did you lose that many troops already? I might lose to Mexico down here. I mean, I'll kill them from the north when the time comes, but still. So yeah, this gives us a lot of compliance. However, this gets rid of the negative modifiers that we have. Can't make the decision. I guess I'll go for the extra research slot instead. Let's do superior firepower. If we spend army experience, it's not going to take that long. Better computing machine. Now, setting up a collaboration government in, say, United States is good. For two reasons. One, we can get the collaboration government there faster if we annex their territory. However, another thing that can happen is it just reduces the surrender threshold, so we have to do less fighting. The United States are offering more resistance than I anticipated, but still we are pushing through. Mexico, on the other hand, is offering much more resistance than I anticipated. United States joined us, perfect. I don't need to justify the war goal anymore. Now, the United States is going to be the only major power here, I think. Unless Australia, counting as a faction leader, will impede my progress, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, my navy should be on the way, but it isn't. Did I ever mention I hate the navy? Let's just move you here forcefully. Invest in metropolitan France. And the army we sent to Mexico got completely obliterated. Seems like attacking Mexico might have been a mistake. And Britain is invading from the south. Great. I'm going to do another collaboration government in the United States. That operation reduces the surrender threshold, which is quite helpful. South Africa never got involved in the war, so my cancelling of justifications was apparently a mistake. Did you try and land in the Philippines? You did, so that's going to be enough to annex them. So let's ignore the Philippines from now on. Activate the naval invasions. Seems like having Britain as a puppet is worth it. If we can't conquer ports, we'll just build them. The United States should be capitulating really soon. Fate of Czechoslovakia. It does not look like I'm going to succeed in making those ports. They seem to be busy with us down south. What if we launch a quick naval invasion of their port up north? Britain is doing great. It was a good decision to get them as a puppet. These guys are gonna die. Oh, I managed to build a port, but they took it from me. That's a pity. We've decrypted the cipher for the United States, so let's activate it. They are on their last legs, but we can always speed the process up. New advisor, I'll get an elusive gentleman. The spies are proving quite useful. How far are the United States from capitulation? Not too far. 2 more operations and they'll surrender with what we have now. So yeah, spies can help. Justification on South Africa. Declare war. Once we're done with South Africa, this entire army is going to help out in Australia, I think. Italy joins the Axis. Fortunately, they're not my enemy yet. Extra research slot, please. When the operation completes, they're just going to surrender. Great. And that does it for the United States of America. Their compliance has gone up quite a lot. Some manual management seems to be necessary here. New Zealand capitulates. Perfect. Now we still have to do Australia, I think. Naval invasion plan of Australia complete. Looking quite pretty, especially here the upper two. Like flowers. Flowers of communism. What refuses German ultimatum? We got an extra research slot. Germany attacked Poland, and are you justifying on me? They seem to be yes. Which means I need to fortify my border with Germany. They must be doing around Maginot now. Which will give them a focus war goal just on Luxembourg. I have tons of factories. Let's just get some forts on the German border. And future German border, so the border with Luxembourg. And deploy some more armies that are going to defend it. We can handle both the Axis and the Allies at the same time, I think. And we are in the Comintern, so the Germans might be reluctant to attack us because the full might of the Soviet Union will come crashing down on them. And because of Molotov-Ribbentrop, I'm not sure they will be able to declare war on us. Let's get some war propaganda, and then a captain of industry, maybe. German pressure towards the Benelux, which pretty much means they're going to take Luxembourg. But they're not doing the focus that lets them attack us, because I don't see the justification notification. Germany annexed Poland. Will you honor Molotov-Ribbentrop? Wait a minute. Poland survived. Yeah, Zaorje, this sometimes bugs out. But Poland exists. In the meantime, we have a firm foothold on Australia. Is it time to crush the Axis yet, or should we attack some neutral countries? I guess I can attack some neutral countries. How about Guatemala? We're not fascist, so the war goal justification takes quite a long time, even if we're at war with a faction. Could be beneficial to take Turkey out. Sure, I guess I'll justify on Turkey. No, actually, that's a wrong course of action. Let's justify on Switzerland instead. German cipher decrypted. Excellent. Let's do Italy. Soviet Union declared war on Finland. If Finland joins the Axis, that can be a problem, but they usually don't. Time for the best guns. Justification on Guatemala is complete. Declare war. Let's do Ireland. Guatemala joins allies. Not a problem. Guatemala capitulates, and we have another port. The Australians have not secured their other ports. Let's declare war on Switzerland. They immediately join the allies. Tallinn cipher is decrypted. Good. Yes, finally. Yeah, I dragged it out for far too long. So, here comes the end of the war. I can just safely pass as many times as I want because I did not call in the Soviet Union. Nobody's gonna steal my stuff. So since we are doing those provisional governments, I'm just gonna take all states from everyone. And I'm doing the compliance focuses, so I'll be able to get collaboration governments going quickly. And collaboration governments are great because you get lots more factories. Send an army to take over Ireland. I am justifying on them already. Siam's going to be our target after Ireland. Provisional government of the United States. Finally, yes, create a collaboration government in the United States. Hopefully that only happens to the core territories and not all the colonies. French America. Manpower 7 million. Thank you very much. Manpower is not going to be a problem for me anymore. I'm just going to use US manpower. Also, I should go down from conscription, from extensive to limited conscription. That will ease off some of the problems we have. Essentially, the worker shortage will be removed. I want to use colonial template. French America. Okay, let's copy an infantry division and edit it to use artillery. Give it a different symbol. What do the Americans like? They like eagles. That'll do it. And now all of my troops are going to be using American manpower. Do I really need to use artillery in my line units? Maybe support will be sufficient. Let's edit that. Get rid of that artillery here for now. Just use support instead. Yeah, that changes it quite drastically. I will still need artillery, just not as much. And soon we'll have lots and lots of puppets that will be giving us all their factories. Develop the colonies complete. We're going to get a lot of provisional governments in a moment. Provisional government of Senegal, yes. Cayenne, yes. Morocco, yes. Gabon. Lebanon, Mali, Tunisia. See, there is quite a lot of them. Just gonna accept all of these. It's gonna take a while because there's tons of them. And each of these takes a moment to process. That's better, isn't it? Now, why is this good? Why is this good for me? Well, let's look at one of our countries. They get a generic focus tree. Each of them gets a generic focus tree. And they're very likely to do the industrial effort and tree connected with it. And with that, they will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total factories. 4 civilian, 3 military. As a collaboration government, they give me 75% of all of their factories, which means until they have 4 factories of each type, they give me all of them, provided each of them completes this focus tree. They will each give me 6 total factories, at least. How many subjects do we have? Well, it's only just beginning, we will get more, but for now, we have this many. That is quite a lot of factories, isn't it? And we'll see this number go up quite quickly soon. I guess rather than invest in West Africa, I should be continuing the Blum Violet proposal so that we can get all of the collaborations immediately. Let's do that instead. France indivisible. Now, we don't need the French Union, but we do need the extra compliance from this. And we now have enough spy network strength to prepare a collaboration government in Germany. Make sure we have all the collaboration governments ready on the axis before we start fighting them. So to sum up, we have infinite manpower from America, and we're gonna get tons and tons of factories from all the provisional governments. Justification on Ireland is ready. New justifications. Let's start with Siam. Siam has a modifier that will make the justification longer. That's not really a problem. It's usually the best choice to do 2 justifications simultaneously. Let's attack Turkey. I wonder if they will be a useful puppet in fighting, because if you just puppet the United States, they do great as, with naval invasions and stuff like that. And right now they don't even have any troops. So maybe I wasted their potential by annexing them and then creating a collaboration government. We are almost in control of the world, so it's fine. Maybe it could have been better. Alright, a lot of stuff is happening. Italy attacks Greece, that's fine. Yugoslavia joins the Axis. And we finished the focus, which increases compliance everywhere, which should give us some more collaboration governments in a moment. Yes, they have our blessing. Yes, they have our blessing. And so on. There's going to be a lot of those. Kingdom of Egypt, Palestine. Each time I click this, it takes a moment to create the country and so on. So this is a lengthy process. Greece joins the Chinese United Front. That is interesting. That will put the Axis at war with China, which is weird. And now I can attack Siam. By the way, look how our factories have grown. We're also justifying on Turkey. There are some troops there. I will bring in more. Support equipment from the Soviets. Joseph, you seem to be a very good ally. Well, he is one of the most evil men that ever lived. However, in this game, he's a great ally. Siam capitulates. Of course, we take everything. We will set up a collaboration government when the time comes. Now, this frees up 3 armies. Now, who else should we conquer? Portugal is tempting, but we would need to go through Spain to do it. Go to Iraq, possibly Afghanistan, once our war goal on Turkey is complete. Justification on Turkey is complete. Declare war. Yeah, I really made a mistake with the United States. If we had them not as a collaboration government, but as a puppet, they would be very useful, just like Britain is. So yeah, that was the one mistake I made. Let's do Iraq, 160. Justify on Iran. Best guns ready. How are we doing here? Well enough. Come with me to Istanbul. Germany attacked the Soviet Union. Interesting. Now I could join in right now, but that would be not to our benefit. I need to be prepared and let them fight it out so that they are weakened when I start fighting them. That changes things. Germany just attacked me. Fortunately, I do have troops in position. Do I still want to justify on Iraq and Iran? Yes, I suppose so. Since they decided to attack me, I'm just gonna go cautious on everyone. Cancel all the exercise and activate all the orders that we have. It's gonna be fine. Turkey joins Axis, not a problem. Hungary has been called in. Italy has territory here. Can be a bit problematic. Going quite well, although taking some time as well. Turkey capitulates. Good. Well, let's use Captain Darling to secure this area. Italy does have some territory here. But if we just tell our guys to secure the ports, that might be sufficient. We're doing great in factories. 700. Equipment, well enough. Our agency is fully upgraded. Nothing to do here. Keep in mind that they have to contend with us and the Soviets at the same time. And they don't have the extra factories from having conquered France, because they haven't conquered France. I really messed up with America. They would be so helpful. 781 factories. Carpenter killed over Western Germany. I thought that was like an actual carpenter. And for a moment I was wondering what he's doing over Germany. Troops are ready on the Iraqi border. Let us declare war. Should I just stop my guys? It's not like they're making any progress and I am wasting some resources. Yeah, let's stop them. At least the ones that are attacking Germany. And the Soviet Union is taking bits of Iran from me. That's a pity. German interest in Scandinavia. Germany attacks Denmark. Denmark joins the Comintern. More front lines, more exhaustion for the Germans, better for us. I wonder if the fact that they have like 100 puppets is making the game run slowly. Cancelling all of these. Don't want to join. Justification for Salvador is complete. Some more factories. We have almost 1,000, but you can always get more. With that, we can assume leadership of the Comintern. Let's do that. Take over faction. Thank you, Joseph. I'll take it from here. And once we have enough political power, we're going to start justifying on Spain. So we have 45% collaboration in Spain and Italy. Great. Somehow the Germans got through here. That is weird. So I do have extra troops on the Spanish border that I can repurpose for this. 1,000 factories. Right, I'm getting annoyed. My troops can't seem to hold the line, not sure why. I'm just going to abandon Spain for now and use my forces to increase the pressure on the Germans and cancel the justification on Spain for now. We're not doing too well on infantry equipment. That might be the problem. My greatest mistake was to not puppet the United States. They would do some naval invasions that I just can't be bothered to do and help us out tremendously. Like Britain is doing now. Yay for Britain. I might want to send an army here. Don't be stupid. Don't leave the port. They've left the port. Well, that was silly. Now they're gonna die. We haven't pushed back significantly because I neglected the production of infantry weapons. I am on it and, you know, they can't push us back too much. And we'll probably defeat Italy in the meantime. Oh! How did I miss that? See, I stopped paying attention for a moment and Turkey retook its territory. Now this might become a problem for the Soviets. It isn't really a problem for us, since the guys down south are just not involved in this war. El Salvador capitulates. We might be running out of manpower because America is. At least we're doing pretty well in Italy. Let's try another collaboration government against Italy. If we could launch and succeed in this operation, that might just make Italy capitulate. Southern Italy is ours. I kinda messed up in Turkey. I stopped paying attention and they, you know, retook the territory. Still, if we can crush Italy and Germany in the meantime, it will all be fine. The Americans are out of manpower. I need to switch to my own manpower. Did you guys go into the sea? You guys went into the sea, you idiots. I am catching up on production. I made a small mistake and I just obliterated most of my troops. Wanna know how? See, I was using colonial templates, the American ones, and they are very good, but the Americans started running out of manpower. So I decided I'll use my own manpower and I switched the units. Unfortunately, turns out that they were using 100% American manpower, I think, or 90%, something like that. And the transition wasn't immediate. The Americans from those units immediately departed, not waiting for reinforcements from us. And for a brief moment, these units had no manpower at all. And if they were engaged in combat, they just disappeared. Well, that is a mistake. Nothing that can't be salvaged. I have over 1 million manpower and I can easily flip that to a much higher value immediately. I have all the factories I might need, so all I would need to do for this to work, and I think my equipment got refunded. Don't remember having that much of it. Anyway, all I would need to do now is just deploy new units, switch them to my own normal infantry template, and reinforce the front lines. I could do that. And we're not losing, although I have run into some trouble. But the thing is, look at how slowly the game runs. I know for some of you with slower systems this is acceptable or normal, but I just can't work like this. So I'm going to have to end this video soon. But first, let's have a look at something. The original concept of this was to see how much we can gain with collaboration governments. And we still haven't set up all of them. We used our focuses to get more collaboration, and now we have tons and tons of subjects everywhere. And most of those subjects get the generic focus tree. Let's take Chad, for example. Chad got the generic focus tree. They have done the industrial effort. Construction effort, construction effort, construction effort. That's 4 civilian factories, 3 armament efforts. That's 3 military, total of 7. We get 6 of those. It shows that they only have 1 of each, but that's 1 of each they have left for themselves. The rest just went to me, which is why we have 1,063 factories in 1943. Which I think is a decent amount. So yeah, that's why compliance is important. I did make some mistakes managing the war with Germany. It is not ideal. I was a bit too sure of myself and I'm very tired, so I missed a few things like Turkey retaking its territory. So what's the conclusion from this? Conclusion 1. Compliance is awesome, and you get lots and lots of factories. Conclusion number 2. You should just puppet some countries outright, like the United States or Britain, because they do naval invasions and are generally useful. Conclusion number 3. If you have so many puppets, the game can run a bit slowly sometimes. Conclusion number 4. Maybe don't play when you're very tired, which is what I did, which is why Turkey took its stuff back and Germany is on the brink of victory. Now I can still push them back, that's not really a problem, but it can be annoying. But ultimately I can't stand the game running so slowly. So I have to end it here. This was more of a proof of concept than a regular video, so let me know what you think. I know many of you would like me to continue this until I achieve victory and see me recover from this unfavorable situation, but I'm just not going to torture myself with the game running this slowly. Forgive me. But to make it up to you, I'll try to think of something very interesting for the next video. So what do? Do you just conquer territory? Do you focus on compliance? Or do you take puppets? I usually prefer to take puppets, like I did with Britain. They can be very, very helpful. Anyway, thank you for watching, and thank you, Taureor McWhiskey, for the idea for this video, and that is it for today. I will see you again soon. Goodbye.